So a bit of a different video here. So this is a gate apex which a customer has had strung recently with the Valkyrie Pocket. Can't say enough good things about the Valkyrie Pocket. I think it's absolutely superb. This isn't one we've strung. And when the customer sent a picture of this in, she sent a few pictures in, it was kind of, it's actually not a bad attempt at all. It's not far off how we string them, but there are some differences. Now, I've seen armour mesh strung in a multitude of ways, but there's a couple of things here which are wrong on the pocket. And it was difficult to tell on the picture when the customer sent them in. So she sent a picture of it sideways on, okay, it's always difficult to tell pocket depth there. But once you put a ball in there, yeah, that's not legal. It's you can argue maybe you can just about see the top of the ball, but the customer's had a daughter was struggling to throw with this, it's throwing down into the ground. So I said, look, send it in, let's have a look. So I'm not sure that this, I mean, there are a few bits that was definitely different from what we do, and there's a couple of things which I think are kind of just wrong on it. Here, where the knots for the cross lace sit, you'd expect those to be at the back, not in the way here at the front, okay? Again, rightly or wrongly, the first line of the armour mesh here, okay, we actually connect that up under this bit here, the top string, okay. Just feel it kind of keeps the mesh a little bit kind of tight to the top, and if you don't do it, we found that, because the early ones we did just like this, but we just found that the pocket bags out a little bit too much. The cross lace has been put in really slackly. I mean, I think the tension on this, I mean, I'm not pulling that too hard, but you can see it's very loose, the cross lace here, which again just makes for a pretty baggy pocket. It is a very long pocket. Definitely the way we string these, they're a little bit more defined. One key thing though is that I don't believe this has been stretched out. So what I'm going to do is, I think this has been given to the customer strong. Not sure it's been stretched out, so I'm just going to run it over a bat. So we get the bat, okay, and if we stretch that pocket out as we would before sending the stick out, and look how deep that is now. I mean, that's not passing stick check. So, if you're going to string pockets, definitely you want to be checking the pocket depth afterwards, but more importantly, stretch the pocket out, because now the customer's going to use that, there's no wonder that they're throwing into the ground. So we're going to fix this up and send it back. But like I say, there's a couple of bits that we do a little bit differently. And again, rightly or wrongly, we don't put quite so many twists in here. Just find it creates another kind of biting point on the shooting string, really. But I mean, you can tell there's next to no movement in that ball in that pocket. But it's the pocket depth that's really the problem. I just don't think it's being stretched out. And again, cross lace and put in really loosely. I'm going to redo this top string, just do it the way we do it, and absorb that first line of the arm mesh up into that section of the top string. But it's not a terrible pocket, but there's definitely a couple of bits in there that whoever strung this needs to improve on.